All right, so keep it right here. Don't go anywhere. Republicans believe that they are on the verge of securing a majority in the House, but the results are far from what GOP leadership might have hoped for. As of now, Republicans have more projected wins than Democrats, but still short of the 218 seats that they ultimately need. Let's bring in Louisiana Republican Congressman Steve Scalise. He is the House Minority Whip. Congressman, good to talk to you. Thank you so much. As we pointed out just a moment ago, and as we were intimating in the run-up to the election yesterday, there were a lot of people who were expecting a red wave, maybe not a tsunami, but a red wave. It didn't materialize. What happened?
Yeah, John, it's good to be with you and Sandra. And first and most importantly, we are going to have a Republican House majority, and that will be a check and balance on President Biden's far left agenda. We won in some places we haven't won in a long time. You know, there were definitely some candidates that I was really hoping would win that didn't get across the finish line last night. You're heartbroken by some of those. Myra Flores, who's been a great new member, she didn't win in her seat. But then next door, you had Monica de la Cruz, who won a seat that we haven't had in over 100 years. And so, definitely a mixed bag. But when you look at it, we won in some historic places. John James in Michigan, even in a state where they had a bad night for Republicans in Michigan, we flipped a seat there from Democrat to Republican. Tom Kean Jr. flipped a seat in New Jersey. A lot of new members coming in New York, including the head of the Democrat Party's political arm, Sean Patrick Maloney, losing to Mike Lawler, a great new member on our side. That's another flip. And by the way, we still have a lot of races outstanding, including over in Portland, Oregon, where Lori Chavez DeRemer is leading right now. That would be a major flip in a seat we haven't held in decades. So, the bottom line is we're going to have a Republican House majority. We ran on a commitment to America and things that we would do to get our economy back on track, lower gas prices, the things that people care about, and we'll be able to do those in the House.
So it's going to be a slim majority, it looks like, in the House, not the real governing majority that we thought you might get. The Senate's still up for grabs. There's a possibility you may hold a slim majority there. What's your prediction for what the next 2 years look like? Because if you have a slim majority in the House, you don't control the Senate. That's one thing. If you have a slim majority in the House, you do have a slim majority in the Senate. That's a little bit of a different thing. But it still all looks like a recipe for gridlock. What do you say to the American people?
What I say to the American people is first of all, we appreciate that we're going to have a Republican majority in the House to pass the conservative agenda that we ran on through the House. We acknowledged all the way through this campaign that Joe Biden is still the president and for another 2 years would be the president. So you have divided government by its own nature with the Republican House. Maybe we get a Republican Senate, but that's going to really present an opportunity to see if President Biden's willing to work with us. He's been very negative towards the commitment to America. When we said we want to lower energy costs and produce our own energy in America, not be reliant on foreign dictators, he came out against that. You saw him even a few days ago saying he was against drilling. He's going to have a choice to make. Is he going to work with us to get our economy back on track when the voters clearly said that they don't like the far left socialist agenda? We're going to be moving a bold conservative agenda through the House.
All right. So let me ask you about the politics in the Republican conference, because the Republican minority leader, Kevin McCarthy, has just issued a dear friend letter saying that he intends to run for Speaker. Our Jackie Heinrich was reporting last night, though, that given the fact that the majority in the House may be much slimmer than people thought that it would, that the knives may be out for McCarthy, and that you may be making a play for Speaker. What do you say about that talk?
Well, look, we're going to have our elections next week. I'm supporting Kevin McCarthy for Speaker, and he'll win that race. And ultimately, you've seen us pull together these last few months and focus on the attack against big government socialism. What they've done to our country and our economy is what's united not only Republicans, but again, we've already won in a number of places Republicans haven't won in decades last night. And the races that are outstanding, we still can win more of those, which means people in very different places of America said they don't want big government socialism, and they're going to give us the House to be that check and balance. And we're going to go to work for those hardworking families. We ran on an agenda. We're going to go and pass that agenda through the House.
So let me just be absolutely clear about this. So you say that you will support Kevin McCarthy for Speaker, and you pledge to not run against him?
Yeah, and I've said it very clearly. I'm supporting Kevin, and again, I think Kevin's going to win next week. And we're going to be talking about getting to work. I know a lot of people like to focus on all of the drama in Washington. We're going to get to work for the hardworking families who gave us this majority.
We'll keep watching and see where it ends up. Steve Scalise from the great state of Louisiana. Good to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.